No. Stop the retirement talk, please.
There's only one thing for him to do.
No. Stop the retirement talk, please. I'm not having.
You think
why?
You think AJ should fight on?
Straight back into the rematch, 100%.
Yeah,
straight back.
Oh wow, you guys are.
Do you think the rematch is any different though?
Yeah.
Or do you think
he wins the rematch? He wins the rematch. Yeah. He wins the rematch.
You think?
100%.
Oh yeah.
Wait one
he wins
second.
The rematch.
Just a quick question. Are you guys AJ fans?
He doesn't matter.
No, just a quick question. Just a quick question.
I'm an AJ fan.
Okay, it makes sense because I feel like the only people who will say retire is someone who's not emotionally detached. If you have some form of stock invested in AJ from a sentimental perspective, if you like AJ as a fighter, I get it. You want to see this guy retain it, but boxing isn't a fairy tale. This is the thing. We've seen fighters fight way longer than they should have, and the sport retires them. AJ will never be a world champion again, so there's no point him fighting on. There isn't a point of him fighting on.
I don't see him beating Usyk.
Do you not think though the fact that an AJ
beats Dubois though?
He beats Dubois.
Do you not think that an AJ that's that hurt?
No. I think he can beat Dubois, but I don't think he will. He's capable of doing it, but I don't think he'll beat him in the rematch. I'll be so real with you.
But the fact that he hurt him so badly in round, Dubois was rocked in round 5. That punch he lands is brilliant, but Dubois was rocked, and that's a hurt AJ that's done that.
But this is the difference. When Dubois gets hurt and he gets rocked and he's backed up, Dubois' mechanics is to fight back, and he lands a great counter punch. The shot that he selects to counter AJ is a great shot. AJ doesn't have that mechanics. At no stage when he was properly rocked did he have any chance of getting back in that fight. As you said before, his recovery was horrible. And I mean, I guess you guys are entitled to your opinion, but if you guys really believe AJ is gonna become world champions, one thing.
All right, let me ask you a question. Is AJ a better fighter than Daniel Dubois?
In terms of attributes, potentially, if you were to match them up in terms of potential, in terms of attributes, potentially. But there's a saying in boxing, which is there's some fighters who are great fighters and there's some fighters who fight great. AJ doesn't fight great. He doesn't fight great. He has amazing attributes.
I'm an AJ fan. I agree with that. He
has amazing attributes, but he don't fight great. There's not one fight you can ever say AJ overachieved. Even in the Ruiz rematch, he done what he's supposed to do. There's not one fight you can say where he overachieved. He didn't. He done what he was supposed to do. He doesn't fight great. And I feel like Dubois is a game fighter. And when it gets pressured, Dubois isn't going to fold like how we've seen AJ fold in the past. And I
disagree with that.
You disagree?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think AJ can fight great. Dillian White was a 50-50 fight when he fought that.
I would say though that
brilliant fight, and he did him in. Klitschko was a 50-50 fight, and you might go, Klitschko was old, but he was still dominant, and it was a brilliant fight between two brilliant heavyweights. Andy Ruiz rematch. Ruiz was never and still isn't like a step out. I mean, Ruiz now is, I don't know what he's doing, but at the time should have been a really good Ruiz. AJ dominated the fight. Usyk is Usyk. I don't think anybody can beat Usyk, so I don't even care about that. AJ, you could I'm not going to do this, but you can even say Ngannou because the way Ngannou Fury went.
No chance.
The fact that
I think all of those fights you've mentioned, I wouldn't say that he fought great in those fights. My standards of fighting may be slightly different, but someone fighting great is when you see. I know it's a different weight class, but when you see a Bivol fight or Beterbiev fight, those guys dominate world champions. AJ doesn't dominate fighters. Even when he fought Klitschko, Klitschko had his moments. Klitschko dropped him. He didn't dominate Klitschko. So when you talk about a fighter who fights great, Usyk dominated AJ both times. He dominated him. That's a person who fights great. AJ doesn't do that.
Is that because of his style, though? Is that more like a stylistic thing?
You can be an aggressive fighter and a person who lands power punches and still fight great. I mentioned Beterbiev in there. Like Beterbiev, he demolishes world champions. AJ's not. Even Dubois fought great against AJ. He fought a great fight against AJ. AJ, I've never seen AJ do that to anyone. against. I've never seen him do it to any top level fighter ever. I haven't seen him do it to any top level fighter.
So he's always looked vulnerable in those top level fights. I agree. But if you're looking at the fundamentals and the skill set, AJ is a better fighter than Daniel Dubois.
In terms of attributes, 100%.
100%. In terms of attributes, and obviously heavyweight boxing is heavyweight boxing. But one thing I will say is the game plan went out the window for AJ after that first knockout. So what I'm saying is, if he makes the right adjustments, he can break Dubois down using his boxing IQ.
That sounds like hope. That sounds like hope more than like that sounds more like
he can. Like if you look at Dubois, yeah, Dubois is a very basic fighter, and I'm not taking anything away from him. I rate Dubois, but he's a very basic fighter. You know what he's gonna do. He's got a very strong jab. You need to take that away. He's got the right hand. Take that away. Okay. Apart from that, what else does
But
he
what
really
you're
have
saying is
as
the
a
same thing for the first fight. That was the same thing before the fight started. It's not like Dubois showed us something new. This is the same.